Hey everybody, Paul Stanley, Carson Oaks Church. You know, for the last couple of months, we've been talking a lot about giving and supporting in our church. And it's not that we're asking for money all the time, but we're just talking about things that we sponsor and things that we support with our finances. And one of the things that we had here recently was His Little Feet, which is comprised of little kids from all over the world who are orphaned through things like war, the AIDS epidemic in Africa, and preventable disease and so forth. And one of the things I told our folks was, you don't have to do everything that we're involved in. Just pick something and do something. Play a role somewhere. You know, sometimes in the midst of all this stuff that the church does, people can think that maybe their smaller contributions don't make a big difference, but they do. Everybody doing their thing makes a huge difference in the church. You know, when I lived in Indiana, I had a neighbor who worked for the local symphony. She gave me and my wife a couple of tickets to come and listen to the symphony one weekend. Now, this is not normally something that we would do because it's just not our style of music. But we went anyway because she was nice enough to give us the tickets. And while we were there early enough to watch the orchestra start to warm up. I noticed a man walk across the stage. He had this very small case with him. He gets there with the orchestra and he brings out a triangle. And I'm looking at this thing and I'm thinking, there's no way that you'll be able to hear that triangle when he starts playing with all the drums and the oboes and the tubas and so forth. But when they started and that guy hit that triangle, you could hear it loud and clear in that auditorium. In the middle of all those other instruments, what he did really helped to bring the song to life. Now, here it is, it's the same thing in the body of Christ. We all have a role to play in the body, and while some of us may be banging a drum, others might be playing a triangle. We might think that we don't have much to offer or that our role is insignificant, but that couldn't be further from the truth. The Apostle Paul says in Ephesians 4:16, as he explains the unity of the body of Christ and how we mature in him, he says, from him the whole body, joined and held together by every supporting ligament, grows and builds itself up in love as each part does its work. Don't concern yourself with the role that you're playing. You might be banging a drum, you might be, ringing a little triangle, but just play where God has placed you in the symphony of life. And as you do so, your witness and your love for the body and for Jesus will definitely ring loud and clear. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next Friday.